It all started with a small SaaS company in Finland. Today, it's used in over 80 countries around the world. The journey, anything but easy. Lessons learned, key insights, hard-earned experiences. This is the founder's point of view.
Hello, welcome to Founder's Point of View podcast. Today we are going to talk about cash flow crisis.
Exactly. First time we ran out of money
Yeah,
back in 2016. So almost immediately when we started the company,
yeah.
we were out of money.
I think that the situation we had is pretty typical for the entrepreneurs who are doing the first time business.
Yeah.
We started our business at the end of the early 2016, and it is good to remember that our start was pretty great, and we made sales more than 1 million during the first 6 months from the start. But still, in the end of the year, we faced a very bad cash flow crisis.
Yeah. We saw all the money on Pipedrive, right?
On our
1
CRM.
million euro there, but not in our bank account.
Yeah. And many times we thought that how this is possible, that we are seeing that we have made a lot of sales, but still our bank account is almost empty.
Yeah.
And we had recruited a lot of employees, and we had to pay the salaries and of course pay the bills for also other freelancers we used. So we faced a crisis, and we needed to start to do something with that topic. And in this episode today, we are going to go through the 3 different things we changed. And with help of those things, we managed to get over the crisis, and we didn't face that bad cash flow crisis anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start with the first one, and it was how we invoiced our customers back then. Our invoicing style was that we invoiced after the whole product, videos, articles, photos, and so on, the whole package has delivered. So basically, we did all the job before we sent the first invoice to our customers.
That was great for our clients, of course, and
Exactly.
it made we thought that it is making a little bit easier to do sales when we can tell that we are going to send the invoice after the project is done.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really good to understand that when you send the invoice, it will take 7 to 14 days, depending on the payment term. And also usually in the B2B sector, it will also take another, 5 to 10 days before they actually pay the invoice. So,
and there is also delay when you are sending the invoice.
Exactly.
So after the project, it is taking, for example, that time we had not automated the invoicing system and our ERP system, the CRM system. So that's why we needed to send all the invoices separately.
Yeah, exactly.
And we had the invoicing days. So it might took a week from when the project was ended before we created the invoice.
Exactly. So it wasn't like you exchanged the materials to the money, but you had to wait another, 15 to 30 days after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was first thing.
Okay.
What was the second one?
The second thing it's a little bit related to that thing, because once we made a deal with the client and we had a contract that we are going to produce, for example, 5 high quality testimonial videos in the city 1, city 2, city 3 from about their client, and of course we started to do that immediately, do the planning. We reserved some local freelancers. We bought new camera equipment and everything stuff what we need. We used cars. We bought new cars, for example. We had a lot of different kind of costs, but those costs were not synchronized with the money coming in from the client, and that was a very big reason why we end up to why we ended up to find us in a situation where we had a lot of sales, but still the bank account was almost empty.
Yeah, exactly.
And we also had a different kind of contracts with the employees, that they were also some of the salary, for example, the production salaries of the production people, we paid them immediately.
Yeah.
And it was not synchronized with the invoicing from the customers. But same time we paid the salaries of the salespeople based on the invoicing, and that meant that many sales reps, they had made a lot of sales, but still our company bank account was empty, but also our employees' bank account were empty.
Yeah.
And that is not a cool thing.
Yeah, exactly. The whole model was unhealthy in many ways. You know, payment terms for like everywhere were not good for the company, and also a lot of the people working for the company were sharing the risk, which is not good usually, because they were not entrepreneurs, they were just employees. So
they don't need to take the risk of the entrepreneurs when you're being an employee.
Exactly. So what was the third one?
The third one is that, of course, because the company was new, we opened the offices. We opened new offices. We recruited every day and every week new people. We spent a lot of money in marketing. We bought cars. We bought production equipment. We use a lot of money for different kind of investments to continue our business. Long-term investment, and all the cash needed for those investments went out immediately, even when we are doing the what is the name for that? In tuloslaskelma. The accounting thing. In accounting, we handled them as an investment, but with the bank and with the cash flow, the cash went out immediately, and we didn't take that into account at all. We thought that we are able to do that because the percentage of those costs was pretty low compared to the sales we had in our CRM system. But we didn't understand that we are not having that amount of money what we had in the CRM system as a sales in our bank account, and so that's why we couldn't do those investments. And so we started to take that into account, and we needed to have a cash flow planning and check all the things, all the things all the money which is going out, which is coming in every week and every day.
Yeah. Do you still remember what was our like cash flow management system?
Some Excel maybe. I don't know.
No, the very first one.
I don't remember.
It was actually you logging logging in to Osuuspankki and checking the account every morning.
Something like that. Yeah.
Commercial break. Trust Mary in 30 seconds.
Trustmary helps companies to automate the review and feedback collection and utilizing in their marketing.
We are a Finnish company, but we are already operating in 80 different countries.
Our product is especially designed for the companies doing service-oriented business coming from traditional industries.
If you need any help related to these topics, just reach us out on LinkedIn. We are happy to help.
And now back to the story.
So you saw the money we had, but nothing more.
Yeah, so it was a screenshot on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
This is the amount of money what we are now having, and today we will need something because there are going to be some invoices we need to pay.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, investments, really good point, and also it's like good to understand that those investments, if you rent an office, for example, or if you have lots of leasing contracts and so on, they are really like long-term investments also in terms of terms. So you can't like leave the office with like 1 week notice. It's usually some kind of fixed contract and you have to stay there and you have to pay the rent. So even though you don't have money in some month, you still have to pay all those costs.
That is actually true, and especially in Finland, I think the typical contract time with some offices is at least 12 months, but even 24 months or something.
Yeah.
So that's true. So the day when you do the contract with the office provider, you need to add that cost to the every month from the next 24 months.
Exactly.
For it, and I remember, and of course when you are opening an office, you are not opening the office just for the first employee in that city. You need to be sure that the next 10 employees also fit to that office, and that's why the size of the offices are too high and too big for the situation we had, and that is more investment. This is actually very, very big investment for you. So you are going to pay too much for the very long time before you are going to have a good size offices.
Exactly. So then we started to fix those things.
Yeah, we started to fix those things, and the first thing, the invoicing to the clients to do it as quickly as possible. We changed our contract that we are invoicing 50% of the amount of the contract immediately and 50% after the project is done.
Exactly.
And that changed a lot of things.
Yeah, it gave us lots of flexibility because we got the 50% of the whole package immediately, and we could use that for paying those like subcontractor costs or doing some
commissions for the sales rep.
Exactly. Yeah, that was really like good change, because then we were able to pay all the commissions immediately when the deal was closed. It's pretty like critical for salespeople because it eats their motivation if they don't get the commissions, even though they are closing lots of deals all the time and so on.
Yeah, that has also a big influence on our clients' way to work and cooperate with us, because after they had to pay that 50% of the money, they wanted to have those contacts for the videos. They wanted to help us to produce those videos as quickly as possible. So it had only a good thing. Even maybe some deals we missed some deals because of that text in the contract, but still we got the healthy businesses as a client, and the businesses who have that kind of money immediately in a bank account. Of course, we want to do businesses with businesses like that. So that is only a cool thing also.
Yeah, that's true. And the second,
the second thing that we started to follow, we started to synchronize the money going out with the money coming in, and we had discussions with our freelancers that we are going to pay you after the project is done,
or some kind of 50-50.
50-50 thing, and that was easy after that 50-50. So that thing changed, and everything was easier after that first step.
Yeah, I remember also our payday was the last day of the month, which was stupid term for everyone because you had to rush with the commission calculations, and I don't know, it was just some kind of thing we did when we started the company, when there was like two of us basically, and we decided that at the end of the money we share all the money we have and so on. But for like 10 or 20 people it didn't work, so that was also one thing that gave us a bit of flexibility when we changed, pushed it about 15 days forward, and just moved it a bit. But I've heard from the wiser people that this one-time thing you can do. You can't change the payday every month or twice a year or so. You can do it once, and we did it, and it also gave us a bit of flexibility.
Yeah, and that is actually having a good influence to employees, so they were more satisfied because the employees got the salaries in the time, and commissions in time, and when working in a production, they wanted to finish the things because they knew that after finishing the production, they will get the commissions and the bonuses related to that production. So they also wanted to push things to the end and finish things. And do things more efficiently.
By the way, at this point, I think for our international listeners, it's good to understand that we are talking now about the first company we had, which was video company producing videos and testimonial articles and so on. That's why we are talking about subcontractors and materials and so on, just to make sure that you understand this correctly. May sound weird to two SaaS founders talking about video business and so on. That was our first company, and first learnings for everything came from that company.
Right. And the third thing, we started to do cash flow planning, and so we took all the costs, fixed costs. We had the Excel, and we started to plan all the other costs related to the productions. And then we synchronized that with our invoicing, and took the information from our CRM system from the sales, and started to planning that together to see every day cash flow, and every week cash flow, what is it, prediction, cash flow prediction. So that helped a lot to do the investment. So before doing any investment, we needed to check from that cash flow prediction Excel that that are we able to actually do that? Do we have enough money after 2 weeks to do that? Can we now do the contract with the new office provider, or can we buy a new car, for example, or new camera equipment? So
Yeah. So yeah, and everything mentioned here was for sure like necessary for the or mandatory for the company to stay alive and continue doing healthier business and so on. But it also teached us a lot,
yeah,
right?
that's true. Okay. Do we have any other conclusions about the topics?
Not really. I think the 3 main points, like the first one is think about your own invoicing and how you invoice your customers. Second one, synchronize your payments out of the company.
Yeah, outgoing money.
Yeah.
And the third one, when you are doing the investment, understand that what is investment, and still, even it is an investment, you need to many times pay the money immediately from your bank account. So that's why you need to take that in the account.
Yeah.
In your cash flow prediction planning.
Yeah.
And the fourth thing, maybe this is the conclusion, when you are doing these things well and right, you are going to have very healthy business, but you need to also understand the basics and all the business units which are important in your business better.
All right. Hey, thanks for
listening
and everything, and like and share and subscribe and so on, and give us a feedback.
Yeah, give us a feedback, for example, on LinkedIn. We are getting a lot of feedback through the LinkedIn DMs, so that feedback is helping us to develop our podcast process better.
Exactly.
See you.
Perfect. See you.